and I'm standing there, I'm thinking like, how am I more jacked than you and you're telling me what to do, but you don't have the results? It's just, it's nonsense, to be honest. It's nonsense. Like, why? I train fasted, man. There's a lot of y'all that are really knowledgeable about building muscle and getting a lot of information from these fitness influencers online, but you still aren't seeing results. And I know exactly why. This is a pitfall that I avoided when I was first coming up, learning how to build muscle. Building muscle should be easy. It's easy to do. It's not something that is that deep. It's not rocket science at all. I swear, it's not rocket science at all. There's a lot of y'all that are focused on the wrong things these days, and I don't blame you. It's because of the fact that we have all this oversaturation of information on the internet. Literally, if you go in on any app, social media app, and type in how to build muscle, you're going to get up a whole lot of information, and all of that shit is trivial. 90% of it is trivial. All the guys that are real G's that are actually putting out solid information, they don't get a lot of views, because us that do things simple, we talk about real things, and y'all don't want to listen because it takes a lot of time and it's not cool enough or anything like that. And that's why you guys are suffering and you're not getting the results that you want. Y'all are so obsessed with the wrong things, all these trivial small details that have very little to do with the whole image or the bigger picture when it comes to building muscle. If you turn a handle in, or whatever it's called, if you turn it in, I don't know, 2 degrees to the left or whatever, that's not important. All of that stuff is not important at all. It's just trivial shit. Like I said, what you should be focusing on if you're a newbie or if you're a guy that just wants to build muscle, you should be focusing on the basics, man. The basics, like your lifting technique, mind-muscle connection, just 2 things, for example. Those 2 things are things that I focused on for a really long time. I didn't care about all this weird stuff that's coming out today, bro. Like, I remember I was in the gym here a few months back. This guy, like, he approached me, he starts talking to me as if I don't know a damn thing about how to build muscle. Now I'm speaking from my ego side, and I'm standing there, I'm thinking like, how am I more jacked than you and you're telling me what to do, but you don't have the results? And he was telling me things about how I need to be eating and having, what's it called, an intra workout meal or something like that. These things are trivial. Yes, like, I'm not going to sit here and deny the science. Of course it makes sense, but it doesn't give you that much of an edge. It's just, it's nonsense, to be honest. It's nonsense. Like, why? I train fasted, man. Most of the time when I train fasted. I get up in the morning, hit the gym. I don't even eat straight after the gym, bro. I'll eat like 2, 3, 4 hours after I train. And it's incredible how you guys that are newbies or guys that are on the journey to building muscle, you guys take all these small little details and start to add them to your training, and you become obsessed with that instead of going to the gym and being consistent and, you know, learning the basics and making sure you have that down before you start adding those things to your training. I can't even imagine myself adding an intra workout meal in my training. Why the fuck would I do that? I just want to lift my weights with proper technique, feel my muscles getting worked, and go home, bro. It's not that deep. I keep telling you guys, building muscle is not the hardest thing to do in the world. It just takes time. And by you focusing on these small trivial details, it's not going to speed up the process at all. The thing you should be concerned about when you're building muscle is your muscle's adaptation to stress. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. It's not about how many degrees you tilt some bar to the left or right. It's not about none of that. It's about what you're doing day in and day out when you're lifting the weights. Are my muscles adapting to this stress over a long period of time? That's what matters. 90% of y'all watching this video aren't subscribed to this channel for some reason. I don't know why. But if you're liking this video, if you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out, if you're getting value from it, if you're here to build a strong mind and a strong body, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment. It'll be much appreciated. It's a lot more on the way for y'all, so y'all can stay up to date with me and build that strong mind and strong body. Anyway, let's get back to the video. But again, I can completely understand why people are so focused on these trivial things. And it's because of the fact that you can always come up with new stuff. You can always come up with new things, new ideas, new studies. And the thing is, it's always going to be new. We're human beings. We like novelty, and it can be both a gift and a curse. In this case, it's a curse, because me talking about the basics is never going to change. Me talking about being consistent, me talking about lifting technique, me talking about my muscle connection, those things are never going to change. But that's the basics that you have to get down in order to build muscle. And I mean that. I remember there was a time when I started getting into barbell squats really deep, and I got really trivial about it. I started to squat, and I'll put a picture up. I still have it backed up somewhere. But basically, I would squat, and I would always try to keep my torso as straight as possible on the way up and down. Fair enough, I was working on my bar path and stuff. But see, even that's trivial. But I was working on that, and I thought the solution was like, oh, I need to keep my torso as straight as possible because I saw this other guy do it. And I caught on really quick. I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? This makes no sense at all. The only thing I have to work on here is just work on my breathing, work on my legs, watch my knees, how they go up in and out when I'm going up and down. You know, those things are the most important part of the technique. My torso has nothing to do with the lift at all. I'm built different than the guy that I saw in the video. So of course my torso is going to lean forward a little bit when I squat, and it's okay. But y'all get so focused, or sorry, I got so focused on the fact that I need to stay straight and go up and down. And what it did was it actually harmed me, not physically, but it really slowed down my progression in barbell squats. And as soon as I let that thought go, I was moving up 15 kilos when I was doing squats, you know? Things got easier. When you leave all that trivial stuff alone and you just focus on the technique and the consistency, and you're being disciplined outside the gym as well, that's when things start to happen. That's enough for me in this video. I have a solution to this though. I was looking through some of my notes. I'm writing a new program for myself. Back when I started building muscle, I used to take down notes about the basics and stuff. And there's this hypertrophy tier that goes from most important to least important. And I'm saying this on video because I want to get it done this week. I'm gonna film that video this week. It might be a multi-part series, I don't know, but I'm gonna show you guys the tier 2 muscle building / hypertrophy, because I want to make things easy for you guys and help y'all build muscle the easy way, the simple and effective and efficient way, instead of paying attention to all these small, shitty, trivial details. That's enough for me in this video. Check out my links in the bio. My free muscle building workout program should be there for you. Like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one.